Born in Mississippi in 1967, Ruthie Bolton has become a notable star of Sacramento, having excelled as an Olympic and champion basketball player, including her devotion to philanthropic causes and helping others. Basketball has taken Ruthie all over the world. She played in the World University Games, the FIBA World Championships, and the Olympics. Everywhere she went, Ruthie helped her teams rise to the top. Ruthie served as a first lieutenant in the U.S. Army Reserves. In college, she played basketball for Auburn University.
Nice kick up by Bolton. Ruthie all alone. Sergeant Bolton.
And was named to the USA team at the World University Games. In 1991, the U.S. team advanced to the gold medal game where they claimed victory against Spain.
I think that probably what impressed me right away about Ruthie was just her competitiveness.
I don't like it, no way.
She had this bring it on attitude.
In 1994, she went on to compete with the national team at the World Championships, where they fell to Brazil by a 3-point deficit and claimed the bronze medal against Australia.
Ruthie's personality was perfect for that national team, which turned into the Olympic team. The very fabric of her makeup is to help a team go from good to great.
Ruthie Bolton with the steal. Bolton has been on fire from three-point range. There's the buzzer. It's official. The United States has the best women's basketball team in the world.
She was playing on the 2000 Olympic team. She helped start the WNBA and went on to star in Sacramento with the Monarchs.
Ruthie Bolton Holyfield would not be denied.
Ruthie found a home in Sacramento. She joined the Monarchs in 1997 and helped to lead the team to a championship win in 2005. Ruthie ended her playing career in 2005, but returned to the Monarchs to work in their front office. She also served as the head coach for the women's basketball team at William Jessup University and coached at Vacaville Christian High School. Ruthie was actively involved in the Sports United Sports Envoy program for the U.S. Department of State. She traveled the globe conducting basketball clinics for approximately 1,300 youth and women worldwide. She advanced the status of female basketball and empowered women and girls around the world. She is an ardent supporter and promoter of female inclusion in sports. And as a domestic violence survivor, Ruthie has shared her story to raise domestic violence awareness throughout the country.
Hello, and welcome to the Ask Arlene Show. We're very happy to be with you today again, as we are every Thursday at 6:30. We're so excited today because we have a special guest for you, and the name of our guest is none other than two-time Olympian basketball extraordinaire, the Ruthie Bolton. So we're really excited to have her with us. And for those of you that don't know, I'm Arlene, your host. I'm a life coach and business consultant. I specialize in the area of momentum and peak performance. So that means that I help you to move forward in that business, project, or endeavor. So have you ever wanted to start a business, but you just haven't seemed to get started? Or you already have a business and you want to 10x that business, take it to the next level, but you just haven't seemed to get started? Or maybe your thing is not business at all. It's you want to lose that 10 pounds or you want to write that book, but you just don't seem to get started. I mean, we all know, guys, we need to walk around the block, eat more vegetables, but we just don't seem to do it. Well, you're in the right place today because our show is about how to overcome your fears and 10x your lifestyle and just become who you were intended to be. And so today we have a woman with us who knows how to overcome her fears. She started out with 20 brothers and sisters, I mean, including herself. She didn't start out as a basketball extraordinaire. In fact, her story is that when she wanted to be recruited to Auburn University, she wasn't even picked up, guys. But she pushed, she used some of those secrets, those 10 secrets to overcoming fear and getting unstuck, one of which is called persistence, to make it happen for her. And so she went from soup to nuts, from rags to riches, from not being on the team and being cut to being the star player. And so without further ado, I'd like to introduce to some and reintroduce to others, Miss Ruthie Bolton. Hello, Ruthie.
How you doing? I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. It's our pleasure today. So you're going to tell us a little bit about, well, we've already seen the video reel. So they know a bit about your background and how you went from soup to nuts. But one of the key questions I have for you is, in the multitude of things that you've done and accomplished, being a two-time Olympian, actually winning at Auburn time and time again, and just knocking it out the park, what would you say is the one key thing that you're most proud of?
Wow. The one thing that I'm most proud of really is my relationship with my father. The teaching, the believing in me, and really reminding me that I matter. My dad, it's a scary time growing up, it being from Mississippi, which is where I'm at right now, and the challenge of being rejection doesn't feel good. And so my dad, during that time of not being recruited, during that time of not knowing what was on the other side, and my dad reminded me, he said, daughter, 3 things that sums up an individual: your faith, your attitude, and your character. He said, those 3 things it's going to take you in life. It doesn't matter what people think about.
So those 3 things were key things that brought you forward and brought you out. And I'm so glad that you had the support of your dad. And we're just going to jump right into it. It's amazing for me to see your story and hear your story and think of you as the athletically astute person that you are, being at the top of your career, and yet you've had challenges just like all of us. And you had a challenge with domestic violence. Even though you had a very strong father, you had all of these accomplishments on paper. What was it that you think, if anything, that you can see that maybe you could have done differently, that could have put you in a different situation? Is there anything at all?
Yeah, there's a lot of things that could have put me in a different situation. I think that for as basketball side, my sister, a year older, was a superstar, and she was very good, and I was always chasing her. I was always chasing greatness. And you look back in hindsight, you look back and yes, I might have could have done something different, but what would make that, even if it would have made it easier? Would I have become the person I became because it was easier? So when I'm asked that question and I look back, I said, you know what? I'm actually sort of glad that I was forced to dig deep. I was forced to aim high. I was forced to draw from that inner strength because it really helped shape me. It helped make me fight harder because sometimes sometimes when things come so easy, you become complacent. It doesn't really sharpen you. It just doesn't sharpen you. It doesn't stretch you. But what I had to go through, it stretched me. It sharpened my mindset, and it forced me at an early age to dig deep within myself, which helped me define who I eventually became. So I'm thankful that my struggle, in life, it's not always where you're going, but it's how you get there. And so my sister, she flew on a private jet. I rode a bus. But you know what? Riding that bus was matter of fact, the ride of a lifetime. It was.
I'm so glad you said that. And that's really what I wanted you to say. I wanted you to share that there really wasn't anything that happened that you could have done differently or that you would have done differently. Because I know that many people who are experiencing domestic violence or who have experienced it in the past often look back and say, oh my gosh, what did I do wrong? What could I have done differently? But that's not really what it's about. And we had a guest on our show, Matt Gill, who's with the Motivating the Masses. He is president and CEO of Matt Gill Global. And he said, a lot of times we think these things happen to us, but they don't happen to us. They happen for us. If you hadn't experienced that, perhaps you would not have pushed in the areas that you did. Perhaps you wouldn't be doing the things that you're doing right now, which is to empower other women to move forward and get unstuck and to go beyond their fears. So I'm very glad that you shared that. And that's really what I wanted you to share. So moving forward from that, what are some things that you did do that you think helped you to move forward? You said you had your father. What else did you do that helped to push you forward and out of that challenging situation?
Well, I would say my dad instilled about hard work. That I'm from a family of faith, and you can have faith all you want, but the good Lord is not going to come down and do push-ups for you. He's not going to go out to the gym and make shots. He's given me the ability. God has given me his gift. He said, in the Bible say, your gifts will make room for you and put you before great men. So my gifts, I utilize my gifts. And so my dad teaching about faith, like it's like Romans, and I'm not trying to sound so churchy here, but in Romans, it talks about nothing should ever separate you from Christ. So I knew that nothing could happen that could separate me from him. And so that forced me to push, because my dad told me, you go to Auburn and don't make one basket, you're still Ruthie Bolton. You're still powerful. You're smart. He said, as long as you don't stop trying. He said, basketball is just, this ability, this platform is major. And he said, you don't even know your daughter, but one day you're going to see the magnitude of why you were put here to play basketball. It's just going to be a platform. I remember him telling me this.
Excellent.
And I didn't know what
father. I really see how your father impacted you by telling you it didn't even mean you didn't even have to hit a basket or make a basket, but just go there and do what you needed to do. That's awesome. I'm wondering, because you did so well at Auburn, and we've seen from the videos and from the footage that you were a star player, but you didn't start out as a star player. So what did you do differently, you think, from the other players that made you go from somebody who they didn't even want to take on the team to just excelling? Yes, hard work, but I'm sure most of the players on the team were already hard workers, but they didn't achieve what you achieved. So what would you say to what you've discussed helped you to really be that
You know what? The key is hunger. Now, you know that we all have our favorite meal. I love collard greens. Matter of fact, my brother's cooking cabbage right now. I love cabbage.
Okay.
When you stay hungry for something, there's something inside of you. When you're hungry and you eat your favorite meal, it tastes so good. But when you try to eat when you're not hungry, it tastes different. It digests differently. Something happens in your body. But when you're hungry for something, it's something ignites you to just like, man, I'm going to do whatever I take. I want this. It's something like you have this, you know what your why is. Because when you lose your why, you lose your way. And your why is what drives you. Your why is what drives you. So I knew I wanted to play basketball, and I knew that I had to exceed expectations. Good enough just wasn't good enough. I had to go above and beyond. And so there was something inside of me, that grit. That's like, I got this. I had this you got to be almost on the side of crazy a little bit. When people look at you and you say, are you serious? You doing this? You going here? You going there? I'm sorry, chickens out here. I'm over there. But it's like there's something inside of you that there are times where what you're doing, you feel like quitting. I always ask, you feel like quitting. You know what? Sometimes you wonder, is it working? Find a reason to persevere, find a reason to go, knowing your why.
It's a little hard to hear you, so excuse me if I'm talking when you're talking. That's the beauty of technology, right?
There was a helicopter going across.
But then there's also the challenge where I can't always hear you. So you said that your father...
Okay, something was going across the
okay. Do you feel like you had that hunger because you felt like maybe basketball was all there was for you?
Yes. The thing about it, you ever heard, they said, don't put all your eggs in one basket?
Yes.
The typical saying, but you know what? Guess what? When you only got one basket, you better put every egg you got. And that was my mindset. I knew that if I wanted to play basketball, it was going to Auburn, taking a chance, and just praying and hoping. So that's why I knew that was like, it's now, never. That's why when the coach told me to do 30 push-ups, I did 40. That's why when the coach said, I want you to do a suicide in 28 seconds, I tried to do it in 25 because I knew that I was already starting. I was already behind. I had to catch up. So I knew I had to catch up. So that's why I created this extra hunger in me. You know how you start a race and you are already behind? You're like, I got to make some ground. I got to make some ground. I got to work even harder than the person in front of me because I got to catch up. So I was doing the catch-up game. And it's created this fight. It created this tenacity. It created this tough skin and this tough mentality in me that when I caught up, it was all she wrote. It was just like, hey, it's game time now. Because you know what, if basketball term, you down by 10 and it's the fourth quarter, hey, I ain't got time. I ain't got to lose any more possessions. So it created some urgency in me. If I want this, now or never.
I hear what you're saying. We're going to come back from the break in just 1 minute. We're talking with our two-time Olympian / WNBA, one of the founders, I would say, or founding people who put together the WNBA, Ruthie Bolton. We'll be back in just 1 minute.
Hi, I'm Arlene, host of the television talk show Ask Arlene, which airs on Thursdays at 6:30. And as a business consultant and life coach, I help you to move forward in your business, project, or endeavor. So if you always wanted to write a book, but you just haven't seemed to get started, or you always wanted to 10x that business that you already have, expand it to the next level, you know exactly what you need to do, but you just haven't done it? Well, I've already purchased all the courses, read all the books, the Tony Robbins, all sorts. I have several degrees, including a master's degree and credits toward a doctorate. I've sat with and met celebrities and done the networking. And what I've realized is what I really needed was a mastermind group of people working toward my project, my business, or my endeavor. So what I've done is met with coaches and met with experts and put them together to work on your project. So join us today for our mastermind networking group. I'll see you there. Click the link below and join us.
Okay, you're here with Ruthie Bolton, who is a two-time Olympian. We're so excited to have her with us. We're talking about how to overcome fear. We're talking about how to get unstuck. And she's already given us one of those 10 secrets. She's saying that one of those secrets is the clarity and knowing your why, knowing why you want to accomplish what you want to accomplish, being so clear about it. And so, Ruthie, you were telling us that one of the reasons why you think you did so well was because you did not feel like you put any other options on the plate. You took everything else off the plate and you just had basketball on the plate. Would that be a fair assessment? Okay, what do you tell?
Yes, it is. Go ahead.
What do you tell these women who you encounter, young people who are basketball players that are like you, that are at these universities and they want to excel? What do you tell them is essential in order to move forward?
I tell them, embrace where they are. You know, I tell them, I say, this is your opportunity to see the moment. You know what? You might not be where you want to be, but where are you at right now? How are you growing? Because most of the issues in the athletes that trying to go to college, they're trying to get a place.
Right.
So once they get there, they grow in. I said, I tell you what, in every aspect, never miss out on the opportunity to grow. There's a quote that I love. It says, we miss out on opportunities because they come in work clothes. So I always tell them, be willing to work. Don't let an opportunity miss out because of fear. My dad, listen, I was scared, shaking in my amazing about fear. You won't need courage if you're not afraid a little bit. So everybody talk like, I'm never afraid. I know for sure. No. This young lady asked me one time, she said, you sound so strong and so confident. Are you ever afraid? I said, my goodness, I was afraid before every game in a positive way. Get out my way. Thank you for saying good morning to me. But you know what? I'm going to salute you to say, move out my way. So you got to actually talk to fear like, no,
So you worked and made the request to get into Auburn. Usually people are recruited from the university. So I'm close to someone who is on scholarship right now at a local university, at a local college, and the recruiters come and they find you. You went out and actually called the recruiters and said, I want to come. I want to see your university. If you didn't get through with Auburn, were there other colleges and universities that were already shopping you that you would have had an opportunity to attend, or there really was nobody else on the plate at the time and you went for the top anyway?
reached out. No other colleges wanted me because they called me the other sister. They like, are you kidding me? You giving us sort of the leftovers. And they didn't really want me at all. So that's why it was like, okay, it either this or nothing. And so that's one of the reasons I fought so hard. Because like I said, when you only got one basket, then you put everything you got in there. It was at the point of no return. Every moment I seized. And that's why I tell young ladies today, listen, do not let someone, you don't have to let your situation be your destination. You don't have to look like what you've been through or what you're going through. There is more. You got to, I would say take your power back, because people are always trying to take that power, and they don't mean any harm. They're just trying to dictate, well, you should go left, you should go right. How dare you try to tell me what I can't have and that's what I feel like when this coach was sitting before me saying I would never play till my third or fourth year. I like the travel team. It was like, seriously? You're trying to tell me where I can't go? And so that created this hunger in me, this thirst. So that's what I finding that fight and that desire to just push and just say, hey, you know what? I want this. I'm hungry. I'm going to get this. It's time for me. This is my season. This is my time.
So now as you look back on all your accomplishments, the WNBA, the Auburn University, the Master Olympian, and I mean, there's footage of you kind of leading the team and running and doing the running march like you would when you had been in the military. When you look back on these things, do you see that there were other people that also influenced you, that helped you to move forward? Other coaches, maybe or was it really mainly just that state of mind and your dad in your ear constantly saying you got to do this?
Yeah, without a doubt. Joanne Bombers, a coach. She was one of my first coaches with the national team. Tara Vanderveer she coached me on 3 or 4 different teams, and she told me, she said, I don't know what happened to you in college. I don't know but you could be one of the world best shooters. I'm like, me? Because I was more of a defender in college, more of a defensive player, distributing the basketball, a leader, but I wasn't a shooter at all. I'm like, she said, you can be one of the best shooters, not just in the United States, but in the world. I'm like, for real? She said, I'm going to show you how. She had me not just shooting, but making 300 shots after each practice. She believed in me. She was the wind beneath my wings. This lady had me so locked in. If she told me I could fly, I would have believed it. When she told me in this gold medal game in 96, this girl, Magic Paula, was a superstar. She was one of the best players in the world. Right. Brazil had beaten us in the World Championship. She said, I need you to defend her. If we're going to have a chance to win in Atlanta in 1996, she said, you got to go out and defend this girl. You got to get in her grill. If she go to the bathroom, you go with her.
Okay. This leads me to what we're really all about. So I'm a life coach, and the show is about secrets to overcoming fear, and getting unstuck, and this concept that a coach can help you to move forward. A coach can help you when you're only doing 20 crunches. The coach can help you to do 30 crunches. And so what you're saying is it actually does work. It's worked for you. Now, even in your practical life, you said you had your father, and he was the one that came alongside you and pushed you and caused you to go forward. My question for you then is, what would you share with other people who maybe don't have coaches and they're doing those 10 crunches or they're doing those 20 crunches and they're tired and they don't want to keep going? What do you say to say, keep going? What's the impetus to make us keep moving forward?
You have to just encourage them like, hey, I believe in you. It's okay to feel like you're tired. That's a normal thing to feel. It's okay to feel like I don't want to go on. That's normal. Right. But I want you to value. You have to find, a coach has to edify that person. Tara told me, I believe in you. She said, I can see you being an Olympian. I can see you being, she said, I don't know, whatever you've been labeled as, you might as well take them off, because you got to see yourself jumping over that fence, getting on the upper side. So I just encourage them.
In you, what you couldn't see in yourself.
Yeah.
Which is what's
it's serious. Yeah.
I heard the boxer, the championship boxer, Muhammad Ali, say that when he was doing his push-ups, he didn't start counting his push-ups until the pain hit. I was like, wow. to
I
keep
love it.
going.
Yes.
Usually we stop when the pain hits. It's like, okay, well, I've done enough now. I feel the pain. Let me sit down. No, he doesn't start counting until
That's what your body,
So what are you doing to like keep going and to make it happen? Because I know you do like a gazillion. I've seen the videos of you doing just insurmountable feats.
I look at life as running up a hill. It's easy to just run straight. Well, easy, but it's easier. But to run up a hill, when you run up a hill, gravity doesn't like you. Gravity want to pull you down. But at the moment you feel like you're your weakest, you're your strongest. When the moment you feel like I can't go anymore, when that pain kicks in, your body's saying, come on, your breakthrough is coming. So people are afraid of pain. That's why my book, From Pain to Power, From Pain to Power talks about from pain to power. There's things happen between from pain to power. You got to have the perseverance. You got to know what your why is, because you will give up. If you don't have a why, if you don't have a purpose, you will give up. So the most important thing is understand, what is my purpose? What is, I want to be able to create impact change. So that's what to do. The people say, hey, you know what? You might not be able to do what Susie does or do what Diane do, but you have something. You have your own set of fingerprints.
Absolutely.
All that anybody can ever ask, the best version of you. Stretch yourself. Like my dad.
Go ahead, like your dad said. Wonderful. So as we're closing out, because we only have 2 minutes left, I want to say thank you so much for coming and spending some time with us. I totally agree with what you're saying. So in athletics, so in life, that we have to just push ourselves beyond our wildest imagination, and we'll be able to see the true vision of ourselves that's inside. And so I just want to commend anybody who hasn't already gotten a coach to contact us, get online, get on bit.ly, bit.ly/Ask Arlene, join our mastermind group, talk with us, tell us where you want to go and where you want to be. And we'd love to help you to move forward. I'd like to say thank you to our guest today, the mighty Ruthie Bolton. And I'd like to thank you, our listeners, for joining us today. Please join us again next week at 6:30. And I'd also like to thank all of those who helped us put the show together today.